Hello and welcome to Workout 9. We've got circuits, core and stretch today after our warm-up. As ever, you want to tee up your playlist there for our warm-up. So we've got Oh My God by Adele here. So just working through those shoulders to start with, circling, and then into a bit of a squat. So we're just twisting the shoulders here now, or the arms within the shoulder sockets, just to create a nice opening and a nice loosening. Not squatting too deep at this stage, just going as low as you feel comfortable with. And then, as I say, just flowing with those arms and twisting. And now a nice walk on the spot where we're twisting through the spine, keeping light on those feet, nice and up on those toes. Down into an extended lunge stretch here now, and then just switching from side to side. So you do 2 knee drives and then switch. Trying to keep both feet facing forward and shoulders stay down even as you extend long. Well done, guys. And now into the chorus where we're just gonna tap into the middle there with our hand as you twist round. Take your head with you as you go as well. Knees out over feet. Lovely stuff. And now into a lunge. Starting really low so we can really open out that back hip flexor in particular. Now, coming up, this is where we start to get more of a burn into those quads and thighs, coming nice and wide, and then just slowly twisting round. And hands to the inside of the other leg now. And then coming up into our reaches. So 2 drives and then skip. 2 drives and skip. Lovely stuff. Keep going. Yeah, really feeling the back leg opening out, pinging off the ground. And now a bit more dynamic here into that chorus. So a little bit of a jump and a little bit of a bounce. Twisting, looking with your head as you go, as you twist. Back stays straight, that is the priority. So if you can't reach the floor, then don't worry. And then a bit of a squat and a jiggle. Good, and switch sides. Lovely, and then back round again. So this will just work into those calves a little bit. And finally, one last time before going into our final chorus here now. So notice how we're not going from side to side here now. It's just much more dynamic, just driving up in the air in between, jumping and twisting. Keep going. Lovely, keep flowing. Okay, and reaching for the sky. Stretching, stretching, stretching. That's it, really getting the heart rate up here now, feeling for the length through the body. Really good just to get some nice dynamic balance here as well. Last few. Fantastic. Okay then, circuits now. 12 times 30 seconds and then 30 seconds followed by a 15-second recovery. So 2 exercises there. So it's either spotty dogs or just stepping back. So as I say, it's 30 seconds here now. Without recovery, we go into the next one. And then you get a recovery. 12 lots of exercise. Staying nice and light. Shoulders stay down. Nice and dynamic. And now straight into something a little bit more strenuous. So notice how on option 1, I'm going straight from one side to the other, really using those arms, keeping that chest nice and upright though. Still just trying to float through the air. With option 2, you have that little jump in the middle, If it hurts your knees to bend, then just don't bend quite so low. Keep going. This is a tough one to start with, but that's good. Okay, so we have our recovery here now. So grabbing your TheraBand. There's also the option to use a dumbbell later on as well. Sorry, just ignore option 2. We come to that one later. For now, it's 30 seconds on this side with it's almost like an elecna, which is where you crunch in and then extend long. You'll notice with option 1, I'm going quite low with that leg, and my other leg is staying hovered off the ground. If you want to go a little bit easier, then you can have one leg on the ground and then just keep that other leg quite high. But it's really good just to try and train yourself to lift those. We're swapping sides now as well. So just trying to train yourself to keep the lower back on the floor, even as the arms come up over your head. It's actually about mobility as well, this one. Keep going. Keep flowing. Crunching in and extending. Crunching in. Last 5 seconds. And rest for 15. So that's 2 down. Now we sit on the chair. And it's a seated shoulder press, but just on one side. Now, I am a fan, even with arm things, of doing them unilaterally, so on one side, because it works all the fascia through the body, the fascial slings. So it just creates those nice connections through the body. Just making sure that there's no arch in the back, that you're just sitting strong on the pelvis. Switching sides. You're driving straight up into the air. So breathing in, breathing out as you press up overhead. Try not to lean over to the side as you go. Try and fully lock out that elbow as well. Good stuff, guys. Last few reps now. Important still to work the upper body. Okay, and rest for 15. Our next exercise then is some crunches, I believe, on the chair. So either doing it without your hands to help you, or holding onto those thighs just to make life a little bit easier. So push through those heels, extend long, crunch and extend. Keep flowing. Just balancing on a chair like this, it somehow just makes it that little bit more difficult. Obviously, you can do it on the floor. I'm going to go straight into chinnies now. That's it. And again, just having the legs go a little bit lower than the surface of the chair makes you have to work that little bit harder against gravity. But at all times, just trying to make sure that that back's staying relatively straight. Okay, you're not kind of curling over and making it hard for yourself. Oh, well, easier maybe. I don't know. Anyway, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, really good ab blast there. Well done. Okay, down onto your mats now. This is a bridge leg swing for option 1, or just a simple bridge for option 2. Obviously, we'll do 30 seconds on one leg and then switch to the other side. The key thing here is that the powerful phase is as you kick up, and then the relaxed phase, or not relaxed phase, but the controlled phase, sorry, is as you lower down. So it's fast up and then slow and low. Okay, and switch sides. I don't actually find option 1 that much harder here, because you get a little bit of respite as you're like hanging in the air. But it does take that little bit more power just to get you off the ground. Really feel like Actually, so you keep the spine a bit more off the ground in option 1, whereas option 2, you lower it all the way back down to the floor as well. My bad. Okay, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds, now 10. So coming onto your front, either on your knees in option 2 or full plank position. And we're just going to do renegade rows where you touch opposite shoulders with your hand. And the key here being that you try and keep movements to a minimal, which I'm not doing a very good job of, particularly in option 1. But as much as possible, if you can just keep that stability, it shows that you've got really good core control. You can always do half on your knees, half raised, but last 2 seconds now. Okay, lovely. And we're going to go straight into, so this is not actually mountain climbers, this is horizontal bum kicks. So notice how the knees are staying away from the body, whereas mountain climbers, they drive forward. Same thing applies here with regard to trying not to twist too much. And as ever, it's all about that strong alignment throughout the body, not getting lazy in any way. Shoulders over wrists, which I'm not quite doing, but anyway, good stuff. And rest. Okay, we are rattling through these now. It's a single arm lat pull down now on this, or else you can opt for just the overhead band pull apart. And then, as I say, I'm just showing you from the side here in option 1 how important it is to keep that pelvis tucked under. Yeah, even when we're doing something with the arms, it's all about creating those good habits. And typically when you take your arms overhead, that's when you're more inclined to arch your back. So if we can just counter that as much as possible, control that, all the better. Switching to the other side then, not already. And option 2 is actually just the band pull apart from the front. So this is where you really want to try and squeeze those shoulder blades together, making sure excess tension is not entering the shoulders. So quick respite if you need. Keep that breath flowing as well. Last 5 seconds. Awesome. Okay, 15-second recovery. We're going to go back to our chair now. And V-sit. So, as last time, just if you're doing option 1, lowering the legs a little bit lower than the chair, just makes you work that bit harder, but keeping the back nice and straight. With option 2, there's also the option to do it single-legged if you need to, but the key is to not allow that lower back to move. You want that strong spine and muscles supporting that spine to kick in. And then switching now to single leg. You can do it throughout, or you can just switch to single because it is harder to do it double leg. So now as we're getting tired, just keep working though. Yes, it is intense, but these sorts of exercises make such a difference. Just be disciplined with that rhythm. Last 5 seconds. Just thinking about as you're running down the home straight, you just want to tie up. That will stop you from doing that or help. Okay, into our next set in 5 seconds. So band there just for reference really. So it's either a continuous high knee toe touch or else with a bounce there. You'll notice in option 2 that I'm just doing a bit of a band pull apart as well, bringing the band towards the chest, whereas in option 1 it's more just about keeping the shoulder girdle nice and engaged. There's not too much tension going on there. Just forces you to use your core a little bit more as well to control the movement instead of being able to swing those arms. And then straight into calf bounce with a backwards circle on the band, or else just calf raise. Okay, the reason we're doing it backwards, as we often do, is because it creates a nice opening in the chest. And that's what we want. as opposed to forward, which sort of closes off the chest a little bit. So back and open, last few seconds, and rest. Well done, everybody, well done. So it's a squat to press, single side, or else just a kick and a press if you're doing option 2, which is pretty much harder actually, just having to balance and kick out there. But whichever side you're doing, just making sure the shoulder stays away from the ears and that you're trying to press up straight into the air. Might be that you can't go all the way straight with your band depending on how stiff it is. Notice in option 1, we're going to swap sides quickly now. Might want to pause it, but yeah. Option 1, it's all about just taking the bum back as if you're about to sit on a chair, keeping the head up. Option 2, just be aware of that supporting leg, making sure you're staying really stable and strong in that hip. And then just kicking out, pressing and kicking. Last 5 seconds. You got this, guys. This is really good. Keep going and rest. Okay. Into some staggered hand press ups now. So with option 1, just doing a more sort of full version where the body stays in a nice strong plank. Option 2, you're just bending at the waist a little bit. You can still put a good amount of pressure through the hands when you do that. But notice how the whole body moves as a unit, even if it's bent over. Yeah, the weight all comes forward in one go. The shoulders stay away from the ears. Last 5 seconds, guys. And there's certainly, you're not leading with the head either, as in like the head's not going first. So switching your hands now. Again, just going down as low as what you can whilst keeping that alignment. Good. Breathing out as you press up and breathing in as you lower down. 10 seconds left. So nearly there. Squeezing the glutes often helps just to keep that integrity through the body as well. And rest. Well done. Nearly there. So another abdominal one here. And start off just with dead bug. This is especially intense on the chair here now, guys. So you just have to be really, really disciplined and strong through those legs, through the spine, through the core. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just changing the angles if you need to. If you feel like your back's arching off the floor or off the chair, then just bringing those legs up a little bit higher. The last couple, and then moving on to your front, and then it's dead bug on your front. So the aim here is to, if you're on the floor, to lift your thighs off the floor. If you're on the chair, allow those thighs just to go a little bit below the chair and then back up. So you're really getting that extra range of motion, extra work through those glutes. Just wiggling in opposition, not overthinking it. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Nearly there. 2, 1, and rest. Good. So core now. And our playlist is here. Getting the second song on that list, which is Remember by Becky Hill. Going straight into some these like sorry, reverse tabletop dips with the leg raise. There we go. And now taking the opposite leg towards the hand, opposite hand, and just crunching down a little bit as they touch and then extending long again. Good one for balance as well here, guys. Takes a lot of stability. Remember which side you've just done. Oh, going back into another dead bug, just what you need. Well done. Again, controlling that lower back. Good. Keep going. Keep the head off the floor if you can. Okay, now crunching in and then chinnies. We love some chinnies. Spine stays long and strong, and you just bounce with that rhythm. Fantastic. Okay, and then lifting up again. This time, other leg is raised. Doing a few dips first of all. There's tabletop ones for the leg raise. Before coming into the extension and the crunch. So dipping, extending. Good. Pushing through the heel. Nice long lines through the body. Crunching, extending. Fantastic. Okay, now into our dead bug again. Head off the floor if you can. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. It's all about controlling it from the core. Crunching those knees in. And then chinnies. Really good, guys. Just blasting this core now. Getting those abs really strong, really strong. Okay, a little bit easier now. Just as we scoop back and then scoop through. So there's a little bit of a knack to this. You might need to change the position of your feet just to allow you to have that space to scoop through. Obviously takes a bit of flexibility as well, but digging in with those heels just to activate the hamstrings. Now finishing off with a balance here on one side and then switching, balancing to the other side. And great work, guys. Well done. Okay, having a quick break if you need, but actually it's just the time for the stretch now, so I'm sure you can cope with that. And this is our stretch track coming up into One Army by Ellie Goulding. So let's just do a couple of semicircles before coming into a quad stretch, reaching tall, standing with an army. Shoulders stay down, knees together, tucking that pelvis under so you create a nice opening in the hips. Okay, just a word of warning here. Obviously, it is going to be quite intense around the knee joint there. So just doing what you can. Okay, you can do a reduced version of this where, especially, I mean, this is very advanced now, reaching down and forward. So you can hold on to something to help you to balance, or you can just pull the knee into the chest instead and just stretch the glute that way. And again, here, quite an advanced one. Focusing on a spot just to help you balance. Pushing that foot into the inner thigh just to help you stay stable, breathing in as you come up. And then if you can, circling those wrists. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Now, same again on the other side. So we're just stretching into the glutes, sitting down, reaching towards the floor. In yoga, they sometimes go right down into a squat where the hands touch the floor. Excuse me. Just enjoying that opening. Now, into that tree pose again. Deep breath in. Circle those wrists. Good focus. Lovely. Breathing in. Taking time. Balance by pushing the foot into the thigh that bit more. It just creates that nice stable base. And now let's swing the leg. Just using those arms to really help you. Switch sides now. Good. Now, because the song's a little bit asymmetrical, you're going to stretch out the other quad now. So whichever quad you didn't stretch at the start of the song, that's what we're doing now. Hopefully you've remembered. Okay, and really beautiful stretch here now, called the bow pose. And the key here is to kick into that backhand nice and strong. So kick. Keep that chest proud. Feeling it opening through the quad into the hamstring. Well done. And now switch sides. So hold the top of your foot. Kick. Tilt forward. And then, yeah, the pose just sort of holds itself once you create that nice tension. Now, legs across the body. Again, it's all about the arms, just balancing you out. And we're just going to finish with, sorry, couple more leg swings. And then an opening and a closing of the gate. So that's where the hips stay relatively forward as you just move the leg, tapping and tapping. Again, arms in opposition. Going, keep relaxed. Opening and closing. So a real balance track as well as stretching out here and just circling the neck to finish. Well done, guys. That's excellent work out there. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for attending.